In this video, I would like to help you play the song Uptown Funk, definitely a classic, great song for parties, and we're going to give you our version here, which has a couple of minor simplifications to make it a little bit more easy for our students to be able to play this. So the beginning is going to be just a snare on 2 and 4, particularly easy on this one. We're going to do that for 8 bars. And right at the end of this, we are going to have a flam on the snare, which we recommend if you're right-handed, do that with the right hand lower than the left. You drop the sticks into the snare and quickly kick drum. So after doing 2 and 4 for 7 bars, on the 8th bar, you can stop on the first 3 beats. 1, 2, 3. And then we are going to go into the verse. So that is not super complicated. I'll do it a couple measures. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Let's say this is a last pair. 2, 3. And then we are going to start playing the actual verse. So let's talk a little bit about the verse. The verse is pretty much a basic, one of our basic beats. You definitely want to start with the crash and with a kick, and we are going to do a basic beat. The only thing about this one, and definitely important to continue to use counting out loud to be able to stitch things, you are going to do an open hi-hat on the end of 4. So if I show you slowly, it will be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and so that's on the second bar. It's a pattern made out of 2 bars. An open hi-hat on the end of 4. That will be on the second measure. So the pre-chorus is the part that is saying hallelujahs with guys with the background vocals. You want to do this to start that section, a kick and a snare together, so a kick and a crash. And then it's just quarter notes on the kick. So not particularly hard on that. You're just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 4 bars, 2, 3, 4, then 3, bar 3. Bar 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the next section, we are going to have a crescendo on the snare with the kick drum on quarter notes. So that's going to sound like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and we want to increase the volume by making the strokes bigger. 1. Now we do stop on 1 with the kick and the snare on measure 4, and then right after that, on beat 4 of that same measure, when we stop, you want to play again a flam and a kick. So I'm going to play here the section of the crescendo here with the metronome so you guys have an idea, and it would sound like this. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3. We go back to pretty much another beat. Okay, so let's get into the chorus. The chorus of the song is going to have the basic beat that we show you at the beginning for the verses, but in this case, we are going to do a little bit of something interesting with the snare. So it's going to be 2 measures, exactly what we did before. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. On this measure, we're going to do this. So there, what's important is, let me try to show you how to stitch that. I will go 1 and 2 and 3. So we are doing 6 strokes. You want to start with your right hand, so right, left, right, left, right, left. And on this, you want to do a kick with, when you're starting those strokes with the snare, do a kick with the third one. So it also starts right after you say 3. So 1 and 2 and 3. So the easiest way that I can explain is to, of course, make sure that you count it, you do it slow, and just repeat that bar. 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2 and 3. Now that bar can be repeated just so you can get the hang of how it goes. And of course, it only goes on this section on the last bar out of 4. So we have 4 bars. The first 3 regular beats. On this last one, you do that 1 and 2 and 3. Now, what's important is that when we get out of that section, this repeats, and it's actually we're going to repeat 3 times. So this same bar, 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2 and 3. And then we have this. So that is going to be flam, kick, flam, kick, flam, kick, flam, kick, and then the last one, kick and crash to be able to finish that section. So that is particularly important to probably do it super slow. So let me show you the last part of the chorus with a metronome. So 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2 and 3. And there you pretty much have it. Right after that, we go back to the verse, and most of the structure repeats again. But that would be what we are doing here for you guys. Definitely, we're going to put a couple of the patterns so you can just practice each section. And one of the cool things about this one is to make sure that you know where you are. Because there's a lot of elements and a lot of changes. It's important as a drummer to play and to not be lost of where you are, but also really know that something is coming so you can actually almost be waiting for it. You don't want to be a drummer that has no clue where they are, because those drummers tend to not be able to lead the band and to do their job properly.